just had to say it. Okay, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is back to Erangel, back to where we started today. In the scrim match, this is El Clasico, El Training, El everything else, and feature players Yoodo, Mozart. Oh, I'm not sure what Mozart. Okay, Mozart had a haircut. Okay, never mind. Flex had a
I love it. I love it.
Mozart just changed his entire face for no reason. When he did that, I really want to know.
And here are your observers. These guys are humans. They are not robots, and they capture all the action for you. XCYR Zai. 2 more games until 100. We're watching out for tomorrow. Topcast as well as Enget. Thank you so much. 1 more game until 80. We're watching Enget. Now let's look at that map.
Yeah, and I have to big shout out for our production crew and content video as well. We do know they have been providing us with so many content for throughout this whole tournament. We are still excited to wait what they have else in the future, which is going to be tomorrow. But back to the fight path here. It is kind of a lopsided on the side of West, but I have a feeling it will be a centralized circle. Hopefully, please be nice to the players.
Hey, remember about Caster's Curse? It's about to be it.
It's time. I'm jinxing
Don't worry, get hyped for it. Come on, circle. Up towards the northern eastern side of Erangel. Talk about Caster's Curse. That was on point.
Make a run for it, boys.
Wait, this is kind of almost the same circle they had on Scrim today.
Yes, that is a good point, but I don't think it's going to follow the exact same pattern, so we're going to have to see how a lot of these teams adapt. Whoa. Looks like Resurgence is really close.
Oh,
and they block the pocket. He's got to jump out of the way. But he's trying to roll over the competition, but I think at this point, it ain't worth it. They're going to be rotating out here as the rest of the Resurgence coming in with their own vehicles as they want to keep control over Pochinki. They got to start looting now.
And they don't have, just now you can see Bapak, I'm gonna switch my side here just to watch you a bit. I don't have any gun, but the same goes for Resurgence. But I do get themselves on sleep. FV got ran down by a vehicle just now.
Oh man, that was nuts. I'm surprised they didn't drop in a location where they can actually loot first, rather than drop in an open position where they only have like 1 vehicle and nothing else.
Greeding out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Kind of sounds like it's greedy.
Car wash.
Car wash?
It's not even car wash. It's just car wash all the way.
I'm just imagining the opening cutscene is just gonna be buggy UAZ. That's it. Slowly rolling up the credits.
And a minivan coming out the hill. There you go. The slowest one there is.
All right.
Oh wow.
Coming back into this, let's look at the position of
What
Yasnaya.
is he trying to do? Like, there was a lot of stunts there. They are not even landing themselves in any compound.
I don't think they have much to work off. They did loot a little bit from Yasnaya, but they are bailing out as quick as possible. They are technically 1 man down. Nobody can really help sleep just yet, but they've got multiple vehicles. So let's see.
Whoa.
Nail the jump. Yeah, there we go. Style points.
That's a lot of air time there. Oh, if only they are playing like one of those, like, you know, motorbike simulators or something, they'll probably got a lot of points there. But then again, oh, Kaya looks like getting that first blood there for his team. They're doing really well.
It's against EVOS VIP, but look at that. This is the reverse, actually. VIP Cruiser. Build this one. Oh, he made a big U-turn. We'll go back in. No, apparently they're just gonna let it be. Because
What?
Looks like H2 accidentally knocked down one of their members with a nade, but that's going to be A-okay as EVOS have actually made a huge... Oh, wait, no, EVOS want to actually engage into this match against them. The smoke has been popped down, so it's going to be a little bit of protection. However, they have to watch for the sides because this landscape isn't exactly too great. There is higher and lower ground, but I think it's a little bit more advantageous to play in the lower ground, especially by the trees where EVOS is, because they have a lot more cover to work with.
I think they made a big U-turn because they saw the kill fit just now.
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably as well. Mathematically, they're even at the times, but looks like Israel, they do have a vehicle on their side. They will get out of there. They need to get looting here because just look at this. Kagura has nothing, no utilities.
Oh,
and
it's a
everything
flying
else.
car!
Oh,
Wow, finally 2020, we're looking at flying buggy out in the open air. That's nice.
I think at this point we need a new stat for how much airtime that has been achieved in game.
That would be
Rather than
interesting.
distance, it's
But
like
don't
how
make
much
it-
air.
I think the production is like, stop making this hard for us. Like, so many stats to cover now. Interesting enough. But back to the game. Still, some of the team Last Survivor going to rotate very late this one. Some of the teams are actually on the west side as well. We have Impunity, XPERT, MY. There's also Geek and Dingoz on that side. Kind of clumped up, but the middle one around Yasnaya is heavily populated.
Yeah, and the western side seems like Dingo, especially where Dingo's Impunity as well as Expert, and I think that's Geek Fam as well, are really, really clustered up there. So they're kind of in a bit of a stalemate. But Last Survivors, on the other hand, completely uncontested on that island. They will have access to military base as well as Novo. They're going to be coming out of there really stacked.
Yep, but also on the northern side, good position is to FV, I would say. They have the really, really high ground there, so they have vision on all that area, that radius. At the same time, they do have two team members still looting on the side, which is uncontested, so they're in a good position. Now, all they just need to do is to get Mud Toy's hand somehow and just kiss it.
Just a quick. No.
Okay, the thing is, Starbo and Kamishki, they are forced to divide into two teams. Starbo and Kamishki themselves alone won't have enough loot for the whole 4 men, so they are forced to divide into two here. For the rest of Yoodo gang, they're kind of segregated and very fanned out. At the state, they're trying to get into Yasnaya, maybe around through Rosehawk, which occupied by Axis at this time. I'm really hoping Axis can land one chicken dinner for themselves. They are actually improving quite a lot today.
Yeah, and you can see that their growth is quite exponential. But looking down towards the south side of Yasnaya, ooh, it's really, really populated here. And this might hook, it might actually hook a lot of teams into a false sense of taking a fight on, but ending up in a stalemate here that we have seen before. A lot of these teams aren't looking to gatekeep at all. Like Axis had an opportunity to gatekeep that bridge from the Dingoz, but instead they are moving throughout Razak, leaving 2 stragglers behind just in case.
That has clearly been the pattern, at least throughout today, that teams no longer really gatekeep anymore. Everyone just want to get into the circle first, especially when it comes to Erangel. That's just been the pattern. No teams have been gatekeeping, but that's also good news for teams that like to jump further, just like Bapak in Milta Power. Coming in, they won't have anyone on their line of sight.
That's one thing. The other thing that they kind of have to force themselves to get into the safe zone is that they need to secure the compound as strong as there is as fast as possible. You know it's not nice when actually the moment you thought you get into the circle, everybody just finish you off straight away because why? You being clamped up into so many teams and not in a really good position. But now, bravo! There you go. They're going to go down on Voki, rushing in. His butt sticks out just now.
Well, but that's not the end of it. ESG, oh, 2 down members it seems. Oh no, looks like ESG did break apart, and now they're going to be given over their biggest vehicles over, all because they wanted to take a fight against RSG.
Oh, somehow I hope that he actually whips out the pan. Actually, add one more to that, but looks like he didn't have any pan, so but that's fine.
Boo!
But,
Get a pan.
Boo.
Yeah, always have a pan, guys. Get a pan. We want to see those pan kills.
Yeah, we want to see those stats too.
Oh, and there you go. You got your stat there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, booyah. Booyah.
Yeah, I think that kind of make us satisfied for now. Hopefully, nothing happens next, like explosion of a car. But back to Team Bosskurr. Total damage 2,000, total kills 8. That was a nice landing spot by Han. It's
Wow.
not easy to pull that one out, actually.
I want to know which driving school did he go to, because I got to take my license there.
That's like properly parking, like just on spot and nicely done as well. But back to Bossway.
No!
Just have to be Starbo.
Matoy's head's been kissed by FV?
Okay. It looks like it's over. It's over Stauber for now, but it could change.
I'm going to change the statement there because apparently AV actually kissed their parents' hands just now.
Oh.
Now it's a different light that we're looking at, right?
I can't make a joke out of that.
They're
Yeah.
they're calling in for outside help, and it has helped them for this second particular phase. Let's see whether it's going to stick around later on, because a lot of the teams we saw from the southern side and the western side heavily populated, which means they're all going to be using their vehicles to get in. I would like to see some Mad Max shenanigans as they get in there. However, Dingoz looks to be uncontested for the most part. Are they going to gatekeep, or are they going to go for the center of the circle?
Well, Mad Max shenanigans, we will want to see some of that, definitely, no doubt. But are we really going to see that? It's still unknown yet, because now the land has a lot to cover still. Everyone will still converge into the middle. Some have already parked themselves, just like how we see there. Bapak, Trixnity, looks like uncontested so far.
They have to be super careful when driving up to Stalbo, because you know how tricky the terrain can get. There's so many pits in between, and once you fall into those pits, there's no way coming out. But look at that jumper, just pinning it down with that spray with only on eye inside, AKM at that as well. That's kind of a long shot for him. He's trying his best to clip any of it, but he didn't land any shot yet.
Yeah, kind of surprising here, because Jumper, he only has level 1 body armor, which means that wherever they looted, they didn't exactly get the highest tier possible, but it's just enough to kind of load everybody up for now. Impunity going to take their time here, even though it is an open top to buggy, they aren't going to risk it.
Oh, it's nice to see that the chicken dinners on the stats actually is quite colorful. Different team for every game today so far. Hopefully we get a new team as well in this final map today. And just look at this. Looks like Dingoz as well as ESG, they're in the same compound, but ESG with only 2 team members left. Luckily they have different vehicles, 1 each, so they will get out of here. Try to get into the circle. They will need to go for position points because they are outnumbered at this point. We are still at 16 teams, mind you, ladies and gentlemen.
But only 2 teammates of, if I'm not mistaken, well, who was it again? ESG, who lost 2 members straight out into the game. The rest of the team still have 4 men intact, mind you that. So they really have to position super fast, at the same time playing super safe, because we're looking at FV approaching them from 2 different directions. At the same time, Impunity managed to get himself on top of Stalber here.
Huh, that's a really weird thing to do, especially if you are in FV's position. They gave up the Stalber position to go towards the northern side of the map. They haven't even determined where the next circle is going to be, but I think they're getting ready, hoping that it's going to be towards the eastern side, and if it is, FV is going to profit.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. If I were FV, I might want to hang on to that location, but then again, well, they probably have a different strategy, and obviously we'll see whether it works at the end of the day. So looks like the other teams as well, they want to take on that middle circle. They want to go to that Starboard area, but oh, looks like still at 9k. A little bit of a show off there.
Yeah, and we just want to make sure that they actually have this compound by themselves. Yasnaya is actually very crowded here. We saw that earlier today. But apparently everybody will migrate into Stalber, which is really at the center of it. This is so rare to have this kind of circle on a tournament.
This is going to be super interesting. Stalber is a large area, and we're talking about a landscape where it's just continuous uphill until you get to that town right at Stalberg itself. And you can see all the teams are rotating up, and you can see FV, they're going to start gatekeeping towards the southeastern side, making sure that they can't take the main road up towards Stalber.
And Geek Fame, just you see how they rotate on the north side east of the Stalber, and it just shows that nobody is at the contender at that point.
I'm starting to wonder again, should FV just stay at Stalber looking at the circle again going there?
I think they're trying to find some loot just now. Apparently their utilities wise are not actually up to par yet. They do have level 3 of gears and everything, but in terms of utilities for HP regen, as well as probably some nades and smokes, they're kind of low on that.
Well, let's look at how the situation is going to unfold as Dingoz making sure that Waydu as well as the rest of Team Bosskurr aren't going to have a great time moving up. But jumping over quickly to Yoodo gang here, who are they fighting against? It looks like it's going to be Impunity who have the high ground on them on Stalber itself. If Yoodo break this stalemate and take out Impunity, they're going to be in prime position for the next circle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can see that Yoodo gang, they try to go up to the peak, but it's not easy for them. Now Manparang with the vehicle, looks like they will retreat, they will regroup again and probably come back at a later time when the opponent, just look at this, Waydu be taken out by a GG by car.
ran down and that
Oh!
is cruel. And now Putra managed to explode Dingoz. They're trying to get the flank clear for Yakuza, just going in, rushing from a side of the rest of a team. While they're trying to actually making sure attract all attention they have for Team VIP. They didn't realize Yakuza actually engaged from the back. Maybe they will have the idea very soon. Dingoz really are being cornered and surrounded. But don't forget about Team, if I'm not mistaken, Last Survival just now happens to appear around the corner of EVOS as well.
Now let's look at Axis versus H2O. Oh, it's going to be the first wanted. It's going to take out Pengo. He has to quickly run down towards lower ground. Oh, that's a big drop. However, not enough fall damage to knock him out. So luckily, Axis still in it to win it. Kuda's getting shot from the back side here from the rest of the H2O members who are dealing with Yoodo gang here. As now, Chick trying to run across again. Open field. He gets cut down almost instantaneously. Kagura finds a really good angle. Arch trying to take out Mappy here. The ADS, is it going to be enough? He's hiding right behind the US. Unfortunately, it's going to be Mappy who comes up on top.
Oh, it is a high ground at the end of the day for Axis to take out H2O, first team to go. It was a little bit unfortunate for them that they are at the lower ground. It did not give them enough cover. There was very little vegetation, very little stones to actually hide behind. So it was just down to taking a fight not in a good position.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for H2O. The moment we were hoping something for them. Probably we jinxed it, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. yeah, there you go. Airdrop right in front of nobody else but Jumper. Now he can just take it away.
Is he going to greed out for it? He does see Geekfam's Damn Brood on the other side. He's taking shots onto that US. He's going to quickly hide behind the supply box, get his level 3s. But the question is it going to be enough for him to get out and still have enough durability to sustain him for the next couple of circles here? XPERT last. Oh, Ichong actually in a lot of trouble with many members of Steelhearts trying to get him. They blow up his US, but they still haven't taken the man himself down. That body armor keeping him alive. That level 3. Woo!
Oh man, Ichong, I'm just like, wow, how do you do that with his whole team actually taking out Steel? But then again, look at behind. Bapak is closing in. Bapak looks like they have this compound to them. They are still within the circle, so they want to hold on to this for now.
Oh no, I think Jenny saw them just now for Last Survival.
That's going to be a big tell. That's going to be a huge tell. And now Bosskurr having to deal with the last couple of members here. They've already taken one casualty. 3 members need to fight on FV. But FV is in trouble with Geekfam on the other flank. They have nowhere to go. Grim is in a lot of trouble. He's just proning behind, but he can't do anything. Already knocked down. The rest of his team won't be able to save him. Grim, he's telling the team, get off. Don't worry. Take the fight down in the lower half of the mountain, and you might have a chance to pull on this through.
Oh, Bosskurr now relocating themselves with the vehicle, but again on the other side, Jumper and Yoodo gang, they have a couple of areas covered right here. Jumper taking a little bit of damage. Jumper will need to hide on, and Manparang looks like he will relocate himself, and looks like on Bosskurr side they will need to go on, but looks like FV have been taken out from this round, eliminated at 14th place.
I'm surprised actually. They actually got their prime position as soon as the circle landed on Starbull, but apparently they couldn't hold their position right. But on the top of Yoodo gang, they're trying to abuse this terrain again. Bosskurr happened to just pass by. They have access behind as well as Geek fam to deal with. This is not an easy task to climb up to onto Starbull's mountain here.
Yeah, but just look at how many teams are fighting. They're in squadrons of at least 3 teams fighting each other. And can he actually get? Oh yes, Iron Pro does get the buggy up, but he's so close. That vertical is really narrow, and if he messes this up, he's gonna have a long fall down.
He cannot go out from that car because he will slip, and it will be the death of him. EVOS on the other hand, kind of being surrounded by Team NoRecoil here with Resurgence on the other side. So basically they are kind of being held as sabot. Oh, sorry, I can't even.
Well, they are all locked down here, right in this location. We can see that Team NoRecoil still at 9K on the other side. At the same time, RSG as well in the same compound. EVOS VIP in the house, not in the best position. Looks like Haiku will drive out there, but leaving his teammates outside. That is just to draw attention away. But at the same time, Last Survivor, they're coming to crash the party on the other side, and the circle will close in again. And oh my goodness.
Wow, if FV decided not to push up the mountain, they might have actually been able to get into this last circle.
That's what I said.
I guess the blessings just keep on going even if they're out of this particular match. But looking at the rest of these teams, a lot of movements need to be made towards the northern and towards the western side of the map where most of the teams are concentrated. They have to make a move because if they don't, they're going to be late to the circle, and we all know what happens when you are late for the 5th circle.
Yeah, that's quite true. Geek Fam is already gatekeeping at the same time Yoodo. How are they going to approach this with Axis just next to them? There's also a couple of teams already inside of it. Dingoz is one of them, making sure they got themselves in the center of it. But there goes one airdrop. Jumper trying to get it. This one, Appy on the other hand, just not making it easy for Jumper, who have to be forced to take up the fight.
Yeah, Jumper looks like looks like Haiku managed to blow out one vehicle, and Haiku does not have a helmet and does not have anything else other than bandages. And Haiku looks like he'll be knocked down from that long range shot.
And that's what happened when you don't have helmets on. Dingoz is out. Surprisingly, they pushed themselves way faster than anybody else to get into the center of a circle. That cost them the whole team.
Yeah, they got punished really hard for it, unfortunately. Looks like the strategy that they were trying to deploy earlier on today is finally being dealt with. But look at Team Bosskurr here. They have almost nowhere to run. Behind them, Sinbi is slowly putting some pressure. EVOS is on the south side. XPERT! Wait! XPERT is going through, making an insane play, trying to make towards the south side of the map and rushing forward. But that just means that EVOS, it has opportunities to gun down those vehicles.
Oh, look at that circle. It's so crazily beautiful, colorful as well. And Manparang on this side, they only have to deal with Bapak. But on the west side, it's a totally different story.
Oh, it's a good thing there's a rock there to actually help it, but looks like Bart has been taken out by Draxfro through a grenade, and now the kills are starting to rack in. Sinbi has been taken out by the play zone as well.
Okay, Drax was able to actually dodge that. Oh my goodness, I was actually shocked for him for a second there. But that's not the end of it. Jumper looking to try and break that door. The US is definitely blocking a huge chunk of it, but Bapa quickly going into the second floor. The nades are already out, but it wasn't a completely cooked grenade, which gives time for Bapa to make it on through. He's trying to dodge it, but the he misses the shot, and now Yoodo Mapara, he's going to be the next to fall. They traded 1-for-1 so far. Bapa, they are so close to dealing, and they knock out Yoodo gang.
That was really a late reaction coming out from Jumper. He doesn't have any weapon prepared on him because he was tossing the nade just now and running away. EVOS on the other hand kind of clumped up there. Really finished Jumper Palace. Return back. That damage is Heiko right on time with Guza as well. But last survivor have to butt into. There goes the poison coming in, crushing every single player. Did not place themselves in the safe circle just yet.
Oh, now EVOS VIP need to reset themselves because the circle will close in about 30 seconds. We do have still RSG, a full squad here, ladies and gentlemen, and Axis, Appy, he's still hanging on to him, but they have Bart with a long range shot onto Naoki will be taken out by Bart through that long range across the tree. That's amazing play.
So shots are so crazy. Yeah, right. Six on the other hand, getting the free firing spray here. He's trying to swap off with the nade just now. Cancels it out last minute because he knows there's so many teams behind him. Look at that, there's Geek Fam. There's also EVOS VIP coming up behind. XP Sane is in the middle. Voki is there as well. Apparently there's one more team coming out in front of them, which I'm not sure who, which is Resurgence. Just charging right in, crashing the whole party.
They have to rush it. They have to rush Bapa. They have prime position. They're on high ground and they have structures. EVOS on the other side, they can't really do too much. They want to push up forward. However, everybody else has the exact same idea. Resurgence now in their own vehicles pushing up. Bapa getting another kill onto Resurgence, the small boy. Geek Fam is going to deal with last survivors who are also within the middle of the circle.
Oh, only Geek Fam now is outside the circle, and that's not looking good for him because the circle is closing in. And we do see here last survivor, they are still hanging on behind these vehicles. The vehicles are still active though. It can blow, and Bapa actually hitting the 10 kill mark. They are rampaging through this round.
And this is why you want prime position within the circle, especially towards the later stages. 6, 7, and 8. Bapa don't have to move anymore. They have taken out so many teams. Even if they get knocked out now, they've got 10 points secured in the bag. It's just icing on the king.
Oh
my goodness. Landed right on top in front of them as well. But I don't think they want to take it. But EVOS VIP Razor got knocked down by Kiwi straight in the line of sight. But the God reached him. Heiko got tagged down as well. He will be last survivor out this time. But still, we're looking at EVOS VIP against so many teams. The Geek fam is already out as well. Down to 3 teams. Bapak, there's also Resurgence, and there's one more team, which is also EVOS VIP left.
This is going to be really tough here. All teams want to win it for themselves. Small boy, he's forced to pull back in. All 4 members of our Resurgence are here. We've seen them do this before. Can they net this out? EVOS just as hungry. 1 casualty, 1 down. Razor and Kuza have to play this really smart. But Bappa in prime position again isn't going to let this happen without a fight.
They have the numbers, but they don't have the ground. And now the grenade goes out from Y2K. 1 grenade goes out. He will cook out the second grenade. Second grenade will go out. But it will be hard to actually connect because he does not have vision onto Bapa. At the same time, we do see another team from behind just sitting out again. Another team just sitting out. Let them fight it out each other. And they may come in to mop up. But let it go like Small Boy. Well been knocked down there. Drax as well. From another angle. It's knocked down there. It's not going nuts now. EVOS is just watching the action and spraying from afar.
And Resurgence got pinned down so much. Iron Pro will have to retreat for now. Kuza tried to catch it up for the rest of the team, but Bapa Ajani, he just happened to be on top of the mountain here. And apparently they're having the most strong position ever.
Yep, prime position, as I said before. Now Resurgence slowly crawling up. Iron Pro, he's got a grenade in hand. He's cooking it. He's trying to secure the kill onto Trixie. Not enough height. However, from the left side, they're crawling up. EVOS is making the push. They've got the micro Uzis up. Bapa is in a lot of trouble if they don't deal with this situation right now. Kuza and Haiku making their way towards the right side. 3 members against many down members of Bapa. They cut them down. Iron Pro is going to go down. That's Resurgence. Bapa might be able to clutch it out. But the final grenade, the last kill goes over to EVOS Esports.
But that Resurgence fighting against Bapa just now, still clutching up for the last minute. Jenny, one more, basically 2 more EVOS VIP there, finding themselves crawling silently behind, sneaking out from the back of Baba. It was so close for these 3 teams.